Hello, people! This is Demonocalypse, and I am working today within Space Engineers. I hope to keep this video relatively short, but it may turn out to be longer in case I forget not to make it short. Um, so yeah. In Space Engineers, we are currently working on a very large project, a 4-bay hangar with multiple, well, 4-bay station. Eventually, I will get the dang thing moving. I have set up for that eventuality by putting large EM thrusters from the EM thruster mod on 5 in all directions except for up or down. I'm planning on putting the up and down ones in the central lower spire once I finally get around to making that. Right now, it looks kind of like a donut, or it's a pancake, rather. And while, yes, I could have rounded out the edges a bit more, I didn't. Because I didn't have the right solar energy parts for it. Anyway, the main body of this will continue down for probably another 50 meters or so. And kind of look like the Earth space dock from Star Trek, I guess you could say. Not nearly as large, but still fairly big. There will not be any really good... Well, actually, now that I think about it, I could probably put a large ship docking port in the lower section, plus some connectors for trading purposes. Now I'm going to turn on my interface because I've actually been hiding quite a few radio antennas that I've been using to relay transmissions about for my different drones. I have one mining drone, 3 antenna relay drones, and then 1 construction ship, which I will eventually be switching out for a construction drone. There are way too many bays for the relay drones. I figure if you're going to get into a larger sector, you're going to need more relays, so I'm putting a lot of bays for smaller relay drones. They have solar panels on them. I even put landing gear on them, but quite frankly, I can't use the landing gear properly because of, what's the word I'm looking for? Because the small connectors that I am using from the small connector mod, get in the way. I actually just, wow, that's really weak. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, these are really light ships, so... Actually, I'm going to have to pop out and... How am I going to turn this one back on? Control panel, battery... There we go. Okay. So... And this is actually relay 2, but I'm going to have to... RC control. There's... because I put the RC control in backwards. Down, up. There's still a few problems I'm having with RC control. There we go. I guess I'll just have to jam them in there a bit harder. Shoot, I gotta... I do have one on here too. I just have to... Should actually be this one. Go. Just have to shove them in a bit farther and reconnect them, I guess. But yeah, that should actually work just fine now. Can't believe I didn't think of that earlier. There's also the mining drone here, which is a redesign of the Glutton Mini, which I have on my workshop pages. There's supposed to be another landing gear on this side, but due to the nature of being hard to undock properly from these areas, I busted it. That's really the simplest way of putting it. Another thing that I had planned on doing was putting some lights on here, because it's bloody hard to see when you're in the freaking center of an asteroid. And this should be fine. Just hope it doesn't screw up the cameras too much. Now that I think about it, should really put a camera, 2 cameras, or a couple cameras rather, out here to watch the drones. Camera. There we go. And I need a steel plate. The main problem I'm having with the cameras right now is that they just can't look around. If they could look around, I'd be just fine with them, but they can't, so I'm not. Really as simple as that. And I think this may actually work. And I'm still having a couple problems with pistons, but they're a lot more stable on stations than they are on large ships. Also experimenting with the large field welding mod, which quite frankly is very, very useful because I don't have to move nearly as much when I'm welding shit. And those lights are just barely outside of the range of effect. Oh well. Because of whatever reason, it's actually lethal to go too close to a moving to an active. What's the word I'm looking for? An active welder. I'm also experimenting with another mod. I can't remember exactly what mod it is, but it does really nice things. Namely, give me angled blast door section so I can actually place things like angled, so I can make these nice angled doors here. There was a little bug when I first made these where I couldn't use the one that I just showed you. It wasn't connecting to each other recently. He fixed that, but it's going to take me a while to actually get up the nerve to replace these doors here when I still have these 2 doors here to finish. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put the elevator. Either elevators or stairs to get downstairs from up here. But once I get all the solar panels finished, that should actually work out fairly good. More connectors over here for relays. I may, because I have 12 relay stations over there. I really don't think I need more relays than that, so I may repurpose this for something else. So I'll have like 6 mining ships, 12 relays, and then maybe some grinder and welder ships over here. That way I don't really ever have to leave anything. I can just dock, recharge batteries, and what's the word I'm looking for? Restock if necessary. Oh yeah. This is Shadowflux's stairs. Yep. This is why I don't use his stairs a lot. because there's always that chance of that happening with the way I have everything set up, because there's large cargo containers under the main area here. So one large container and then five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 large containers. And then I have no idea how well this thing will fly. I'm planning on putting gyroscopes and maybe a few more thrusters in the lower spire section. Once I get the upper part here finished, so I can go back to relying on battery power to power everything. But the doors seem to be working just fine. Because of the bug with the merge blocks, I was hoping to put one. Was hoping to put one piston there, and then have them both go up and down. But because of there's still that bug with the merge blocks and pistons that happens actually quite often or always. I've had it not happen once or twice, but usually it does happen where it just breaks. It's just one piston for now. I'll have to find another way to reinforce everything. I may. Now that I think about it, maybe if I use the connector, like a connector here, and then a connector up here, and had them lodged together, that may help hold it in place. Or maybe just a landing gear. I think, yeah, the landing gear is probably the better thing. Or I have a mod for that. Where are you? The maglock surfaces. Where were you? Just take my word for it. I have a... There we are. Maglock surface. Basically planet flat, and then it can lock just like a landing gear. Then I'll just have buttons set up on the terminal over here, so that if I do indeed hit like 8, then I can hit like 7, and then once it's up there, the landing gear the maglock surface will actually just lock it into place, and then, well, I can move around then. I don't have to worry about it. But first I'm going to have to figure out a good way to close the gap a bit, because it's still kind of big. There we go. So yeah, quick update as to what I'm doing. Memory serves, actually. I thought I'd set this to friends at least. I remember I had one thing set to friends, but I can't remember which one it was. What was I doing in this world? Yeah, one of the mods I have has had a massive update, so it takes a little while to load them up. Come on already. Ah, man, this takes forever. I have no idea which mod this is even. Like, move that up a line and then have like a scrolling line is like downloading mods, updating this mod. And yeah, some of the mod names are kind of long, but I'd love to know what's downloading so I can yell at the person who's just like, what did you do? Did you update all your models and all your textures at once so everything would look bloody fantastic? There we go. I think I was doing a test world earlier where I was doing about the same thing, but I just screwed up with something. That could be that's what this is, but I'm not sure. Yeah. But the camera update has offered some camera and the remote control update has offered some interesting things up for me to do. So that's what I've been working on a lot recently in the game, at least. In real life, I've been working on some 3D models and stuff, but oh, come on, it cannot be that big of a file. The thing is, it's probably already loaded the file right now. Space Engineers is just trying to make sense of the file. That's the only reason I can think of it's taking so damn long. Eh, hmm. Thought the loading screen froze for a second there. There we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Memory serves, I actually got this thing to fly. Nope. Or yeah, I did. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it does move. Oh yeah, and this is silly. Look at that tiny turret. As far as I can tell, it still uses the same standard ammo. I don't know which mod does this. I have two different gun mods on this world. One of them does this when you put Gatling guns on small ships. And quite frankly, I love it because um well, I wouldn't have minded if they were full size, but like the tiny ones, A I know it's weird for me to say this, but A, they're cute. B, it's you can make a tiny ship that can defend itself very easily. You don't have to worry about shooting so much yourself, though you should learn how to. But yeah, this was a world that I had tested stuff on. I didn't like how it was going, so it's just like fuck it, I'm going back. Some of the basic ideas I kept, the overall shape for one. I didn't get the angles right here, so I just decided to go with a more basic octagon. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Yeah, octagon. Um, instead of this decagon, I have no idea what actually is. One, two, three, four. Two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Like a pentagon. I have no idea what it is. Honestly, I have no idea if fucking idea. It's 12-sided. But yeah, this was just a ship design that I didn't like, so I decided, let's try something else. But on this design, if memory serves, yeah, I was just using one large and then a bunch of smalls. On this one, on the new one, I'm going to use a bunch of larges and maybe a few smalls. Or a bunch of either or. There's plenty of size on that ship for a lot of stuff. Alright, so that is the end of this video. Thumbs up for more Space Engineers content. I hope you enjoyed to see what I'm up to. If you'd like, I could open up the server to, I actually have to come up with a name for the save file first, but if you want me to, I would be able to open up the save file to different people. I can't support that many people on my computer because I'm generally doing a couple things at once. But, yeah, like people say, things are more fun with friends generally, and I have had some hectic times with some of my more completed ships. blowing them up with friends. So this has been Demonocalypse. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day.